my dear Capricorn. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of August 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. The reading can go both ways, so if I tell you that you are feeling or acting in a certain way, it can be in the reverse, that the person you are dealing with is feeling and acting in that way. The energy is the same, it's just different castings to the different roles by the universe. For this reading, I will use the Druidcraft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Cargome, illustrated by Will Worthington, and I will start shuffling your cards. So my dear Capricorn, when I open your deck here, I see Seven of Wands and Two of Swords. So it seems like you are in a position of defending something and also maybe making a decision. With the Seven of Wands, it's a person being very brave here and defending their fortress. So this is your boundaries towards incoming energies. Sometimes it can be inside yourself that you have a lot of ideas of what you want to do or what you need to do, maybe a to-do list, and you need to say no to these things or sort, like yes, okay, I will do, that will wait. But it can also be like a person or a situation coming up to confront you, and you need to be standing on your boundaries here to be able to keep this away. And we also have the Two of Swords. That's kind of indicated that we need silence. So silence can also be a way to defend ourselves towards intruders. Two of Swords is a situation where we want, what I'm feeling with this card right now is that there's a very sweet feeling here, like a person that wants everything to be all right, but they can't. It's kind of out of their hands, so they need to stand on the barricades, and they need to also act with a little bit of chill, like acting cool a little bit, even though you're maybe bleeding at the same time here. So I'm thinking, and you are nude as well, so I'm thinking you need to stay in a certain feeling of endurance, like, okay, I know logically what I need to do. My emotions might be all over the floor here, but I still need to do this. Two of Swords can be like diplomacy, where you don't really say what's actually exactly on your mind. You kind of more, you don't say out loud what you are thinking because it can cause some kind of disruption. So it's that element too. Maybe you don't want to be like having a fallout with this person or these people, or like different people, or cause some disturbance in the situation. So it's more like you're saying no here and kind of then just being silent and ignoring everybody. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Six of Cups with the Two of Swords. So it's what a little bit what I felt, that you really want everything to be all right again. It might be that you want to come close to an ex again, or to the partner that you're actually with, or a family member, or you want peace at the place where you are working. With the Six of Cups, it's a certain amount of nostalgia and usually very, very deep love. And it's a little bit what I felt with this, that even if you feel this nostalgia for this person, you're longing for them so much, you still try to keep your head cool and look very logically on this situation. And it can be, for example, if there has been a lot of fights, and maybe people have overstepped our boundaries, like with the Seven of Wands. Maybe we need to keep them away from us, even though we don't want to, because we love them. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we have the wheel. So the wheel with the Two of Swords. You don't want to repeat a certain kind of behavior, a certain kind of attitude, a certain kind of happening. Something might have happened in your relationships over and over again, or at your workplace over and over again. And this time you're going to be smarter about it. So you're going to it's like this crazy person that chooses to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Saying yes to that troublesome lover, or saying to your boss, okay, I will do that for you, but only this time, or letting your parents visiting, even if you know it's going to end in a disaster. But here you want to choose in another way. So you're trying to really keep your head cool and find out what's really the issue here and how can I solve it in a better way. I don't feel any bitterness towards these adversaries of yours. I'm mostly feeling like you just want it to stop for both you, your sake, and their sake, and everyone's sake. Okay. So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. So we have a 6 of Wands here and a Princess of Cups, and it's another 6, so it's tied to the 6 of Cups that we also got. So I'm thinking someone is coming to you with very deep love, or you are coming towards them with very deep love, like the best intentions, but something is being messed up, like on the road to where you actually might start to really date or move along with your relationship, or when you really take the sweet tender offer, something is backfiring that makes you stand on the barricade. 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords, like ignoring this. For some of you, it might be that you want attention. It might be some people that you're dealing with or yourself that really feel very deep love in this situation, but try to play it cool because maybe you have some rules for how people should behave. That maybe the 3-day rule, don't call the person you are interested in, or the guy code, don't ever show a girl that you're interested because they only want bad boys. So it might be something like this, like a person having very deep love but trying to act very cool in this situation. On the other hand, if this is a person with some maturity, even though we have the Page of Cups there, this is the same sweet energy I felt with the 2 of Swords, like a person that wants the best for everyone. So they have really sweet intention in this situation. Okay. So, call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. I want my dear Capricorns to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, okay, that's sorted out. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to your energy, Capricorn, this month and to this reading. So Capricorn, August 2018. So this is your future there, and this is your now there, and this is the past. So in the past we have a Princess of Swords. So some of you might be dealing with air sign, another with water signs, and we also have fire, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. But the 2 princesses here might be talking that people are touching the core of their inner children in a certain relationship. We have sometimes relationships and situations that's bringing up our deep childhood issues. You also had the 6 of Cups there. That's the past life and childhood card. And with the Princess of Swords, that's usually someone that has been forced to grow up really quick and take care of themselves, and also maybe deal with grown up in a very smart way, like they needed to deal with them in a very diplomatic way. For example, if you have had drunken parents that could be angry, you need to be very smart to keep them leveled and not become angry. Or if you have parents that's very demanding of you, like having high standards on you, you need to act like you always are on top. It's things like this. So it's usually a child that's very scorned or traumatized in one way, and they feel usually not, they feel a little bit detached from people, and might have a hard time opening up their heart. So that is what we have here in the past. And in the now, we have an Ace of Cups. So it seems to be very deep love here in this situation with the Six of Cups, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. But one might be from only one side. Like one person has their heart closed and the other one has a very open heart. It's not enough if only one love in the situation. Sometimes it can be like only one can love because the other one might be traumatized or like have blocked their heart because they had so high demands on them. It's a high stress, so they needed to not feel. And then the great love like this can, of course, open this person's heart, but there will come a point when people will instead start to take the love for granted and, you know, keep on being cool and realizing that, oh, this with not having feelings, it works. This is nice. I'm being pampered, and in the same way, I don't have to show any love towards the other person. And here we have the High Priest. So it's the masculine spiritual growth we are talking about. So we're talking about the divine masculine and their spiritual journey, and that they actually need to open their heart here with the Page of Swords. Masculine people, also girls, have taken on this with, they need to live very rational lives and be very logic. And here comes the Ace of Cups. So the heart wants something. They want evolution from this divine masculine, or the masculine side inside of you. And probably to make you open this heart, even though whatever trauma you have been through before. So the High Priest is also commitment, society, authority. It can be like an offer also, some kind of offer to you, a message coming to you with the Page here of Swords and the Ace of Cups and the High Priest. So it can be some kind of message, maybe an offer from a big company or something about maybe a new job or a new project with the Ace of Cups. So this is your past, and we have a Queen of Swords here. So some of you have Libra in your chart, or air in your chart, or dealing with an air person. Queen of Swords is she has a very clear mind, like she can see things, and she's very logical and rational, so she can put two and two together. And if she's scorned, she can become very bitter and a little bit like lonely here on the top of this cliff. And she also has her eyes closed, but she has her eyes closed also to feel herself inside. So there's something opening here. Justice is present. So even if you feel that you are in a very unjust situation, for many of you, it will be like this. You are with a very cold-hearted person, and now with the Two of Swords, you have also taken on this to be a little bit more cold-hearted and rational. And it's good. Okay, I'm thinking this is good. It's actually wakening up the other entity in this. Okay. So the next card is the High Priestess. So the Queen of Swords together with the High Priestess. Then we are talking about the divine feminine starting to become more logic, okay? Not always putting her heart first, like, but I love my job, yes, but your boss doesn't see your worth, so you're still getting the same payment that people that's 20 are getting when they are starting this company. Or I love my partner, yes, but they don't show love back to you. So with the Queen of Swords here and the High Priestess, someone has started, like the divine feminine has started to move into her self-respect and start to listen directly to the hotline to God, because the High Priest is somewhat different. He is watching like the laws of the universe and on earth, so not divine laws that can cross every border. but the like human laws and tradition and what we have learned and moving with that. But the divine feminine has this, like the divine feminine in all of you, male and female. If you go through your feminine side, you will be able to have a direct access to God and to your subconscious and to the Akasha Chronicles and the earth memory and universe memory and everything. So if we go through our body and through our feelings and intuition, we can know things that human laws know nothing about. It's like the divine feminine is getting back their old authority here. So that's very beautiful. And the next card is Ace of Wands. So it's like we got the torch now, we got the fire. So it's really someone that have started to believe in themselves, their own sense of justice, their own intuition. And it's like my way or the highway here with this Ace of Wands card. So it's actually it's a very good thing, but you can also use the Ace of Wands to kind of burn the world. And some of you might do this, burn your relationship or your situations at work because you want something new. So you sacrifice the old to bring in this new. And it's very passionate here also. So even though there's going on a battle on the surface, I'm thinking there's a deep passion underneath it all that might have triggered all this growth for you. So that's very beautiful. Page of Swords can also be you finally giving yourself justice. It's like going like a person without authority going against great authority and do a revolution, and therefore because they trust themselves and their intuition that they have got from their own inspiration. And it's what I'm seeing here. It's like when Jesus drove out all the merchandisers from his father's temple. So I have never been a fan of Jesus in all my life, but when I'm doing the reading, I think he was a good guy and everything, but when I'm doing this reading, it often comes through things with this beautiful energy. So I'm thinking there's something that's important for you right now too, because many of Westerners have been taught in the Christian way, but it has been a cross between the Old Testament Bible, this kind of thing, and the new thing that Jesus came with, this that everyone could be equal and we could find a hotline to God. So I'm thinking this is something. I have a friend of mine that dreamt that this is coming a season too late, and I'm thinking she's right. Like the Pisces era, it should have been already happening, but it's happening now in the end of the Pisces era and the beginning of the Aquarius era. So we should already have had this equalness, like the two Pisces being like this for a long time. But now you, Capricorn, are troopers in this, changing this old pattern into something that's better for humanity and that will cause equality between people. So it's a good revolution in the name of truth and justice. Okay, so it's a lot of truth being said here also, maybe a little bit aggressive. So that might be July, and this is now, so it's August, or maybe the beginning of August, or so we have the Three of Pentacles here. So it's this feeling of wanting to work together. So it can be hard for this queen here that needs to be very cool. So even if you have a partner that's air sign and you think that they are the worst person ever, I'm thinking Capricorn has taken in this kind of logic in their life, and you still want to work together with your earth mentality, being calm, down to earth, loyal, hardworking. So you still have this in you, this willingness to do this work together, both with the divine and the people that you are dealing with these kind of things with. So it's a very sweet card about trying your very best to fix the situation, and it's three, so it's not just you that's doing this work. It's your divine helpers and the other person too, or persons. Even if you feel like they are not helping, everyone is actually working very hard on this, and people are going through very great hardships and depressions and losing things. So that they will be triggered to participate in this work. So it's actually You don't have to feel lonely and lost and afraid, because you have so many people with you working on this same thing. And here we have a Prince of Wands. So as I said, some of you might be dealing with a fire sign, or someone that has this kind of fire in them. They want you, they need you, they want this to happen now. And it can be, of course, Capricorn feeling in this way as well. Prince of Wands is a very energetic energy. It's like a go-getter, but it has a sweet touch to it. If it's, now I don't do reversals, but if it's badly situated, the Prince of Wands, it can be like a person that just is a little bit selfish. But here underneath the High Priestess and with the Three of Pentacles, 2 and 3, it's kind of Lilith and Eve here. And here we have like the divine masculine coming in, and it's an arrow, so it's like wanting something. Ace of Wands here is like this arrow too. So it's an energy coming in here to meet up with you. So it's like they are, this entity are growing too, okay? So it shows spiritual growth. It's like a person maybe sitting on an ashram in India and then coming all enlightened back to their old society with some new ideas. So I'm thinking there has been a time when this person has been in solitude and connected with their feminine side. It doesn't have to be an ashram. It can be, as I said, through depression or losing a lot of things. This usually triggers spiritual growth like this. And the next card here is a Three of Swords, and it comes underneath Ace of Wands. So I'm thinking many Capricorns doesn't want to believe in this change here, and you have been very hurt before. So if this person comes, they might not need, you might need them to get to come as something else than just a prince. So I'm feeling that Capricorn won't let this entity in, even if they have the best intentions, because you know that it's just a prince. It's just a person that has just gotten to know these kind of things. They can't really walk a mile in your shoe just yet. So I'm feeling with the Three of Swords here, you don't trust this person at all. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So it's the feminine here that needs healing and needs to see that she actually have someone holding her back. So you can do this inside of yourself. Install a father figure, someone that takes care of you, that doesn't allow you to go into bad situations and become hurt. So I'm thinking many people right now need to install a parent inside of them that's very logic and have your best interest at heart and looking what's best for you, so that you will start to feel secure in the world. You can have your boundaries with you wherever you go. And the divine feminine or feminine people all over the world has been victim as long as the patriarchy has been in place, and it's 2,000 years too long, so at least 4,000 years. Aries age and Pisces age, Taurus age was feminine. We can see this with cow religions and the great kingdom on Crete, or a queendom on Crete, to be honest, and also like the Egyptian, that also females could rule, even though it was rare. There was as many feminine gods as masculine gods. So here with the Three of Swords, this wants to heal, and it's why we shed the light on this. So you know now what's the problem, and now you just need to act very rational about this problem. Even if you love this person to death and your dream says, yes, they have changed, you have still doubted about them, you don't trust them, you don't want to get hurt in the way that you were before, and you're not supposed to, you have a very, priceless jewel inside of you, and that's your soul, and you shouldn't let it be tainted, not by like people that just wants you for the night, male or female, or people that promise you to take down the moon and then just gives you heartbreak. or people that makes grand offering overall but doesn't seem to be able to come through with them. You should always listen to what they say. We have this working together card, but as soon as you notice, no, this person is not out to take care of my beautiful heart here. They are out to hurt me, and they are still selfish. They still don't get it like fully because it's just a prince. Then you say, I'm sorry. I can't risk myself in this situation. And that's that. And then either they have to be going back and come back around again, even more enlightened, or that's the finish line. But we will see what will, because it's a new love also coming in here. And this feels, it might be new. It might be a new person that you're meeting here, but you know that they are going to give you heartbreak. So you are extra careful. You don't have to be judgmental. You don't need to be hasty in your decision, you know, just block a person and for one little sidestep. Talk with people, communicate. With the Two of Swords, you are probably not particularly reluctant to, you don't want to talk with people. You just want to, silently step away from the situation. But it's much better if you tell the person and you see on their reaction if they are taking care of your heart, being a nice person or not. If you're talking with them and saying, you haven't raised my salary for this long time, or you haven't shown me love, and this is what I need. If you love me, this is what you need to show me. And if the person says, okay, oh, I'm so sorry, you should have said something, or yes, I would do anything for you to feel loved, then you know that the person is here for your best interest. And if they become angry with you and tell you all your flaws or why they can't love you, then you just say, okay, so I'm protecting my heart here, and there's the door. So, okay. So the next card here is the Five of Swords. So it seems like you were right, Capricorn, that they are not really ready. Okay, with the Five of Swords, they're probably going to use what have worked for them before to intimidate you, because they know that you want to be nice. You want to have no conflict. So they have used this towards you before, this longing that you have to have consensus. And now they are going to attack you instead, Five of Swords, and try to get you back into your old ways, to cave and to say, no, I'm sorry, I should not mention anything. I know that I messed up last Christmas with that project. Of course, I'm not supposed to have any race. Or, no, I know I'm not worthy of love, because it, as you say, I need to work on my clingingness. Of course, I need to, I should be ashamed of myself. That is what they want to hear from you, and you are not going to say it this time. With the Five of Swords, you say, okay, do you want war? Then you have war. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be bitter. You just don't go along being intimidated by someone coming here with a passionate fire and then being so angry with you for not participating in their, like, the game that they want, or the plan that they have for the future, or how they are looking at things. You're not going to accept it. You want something there needs to be participation, like people working together on something, not just them having a plan for you, and you should be like a nice little, you know, like a like a person in their game that they can move around like this. It's not going to happen. You are not going to let this happen. Okay, and here we have a Prince of Cups. So Prince of Cups, we have the High Priestess and the Prince of Wands and Prince of Cups. So we have a water entity here. So either the fire, air, water is what I'm seeing. There's a little bit of earth, but most of you are dealing with these other three groups of astrology signs, okay? And it might be that the first comes in like a fire person in your life. This is usually Sagittarius, but might Leo or Aries as well. And trying to do some kind of attempt here. And that's failing. And then there comes another person, like a water person, and maybe wants to apologize and wants to like when you said no to something, it's like you're using the law of repulsion. When you say no to something, no, 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 eventually universe will stop sending it. When you just say, no, that's not something I'm going to engage in, I'm sorry. So you will have better things. So it's very good to have boundaries. But for most of you, it doesn't matter what kind of sign there is. They will be the same person. First come in rather cocky. Now they think they have figured it out. Now they know what it is that you want. They have figured it out in their loneliness. Okay, so my partner or my employee or my boss or my friend or, you know, whatever situation you are in here with these people, they have figured out, okay, so if I do this, this person will be happy with me. And they come in and they are so proud. They have done this work. They truly really love you and wants you, okay? So they think that now I got it, but then you're still not satisfied with them. and this is kind of breaking their heart, and they don't have the tools to really show you the deep love that they feel. So they become angry instead, because it's never enough. It's like it might be a person with mother issues that have been very forced to be acting in a very perfect way, and it's never enough for her, and that's their wound. You can't help them with that. It's their wound that they have never been enough. So they have maybe rebelled against their parents their whole life, and then they are rebelling against their boss, they are rebelling against their partner, they are rebelling against their friends. So they are rebelling. And finally they're seeing that, okay, this rebellion doesn't really work. People are shying away from me. So they are trying now to come back nice. They have evolved themselves through whatever happened here. And when they come and you're still not happy with them, so they don't know what to do, okay? And they freak out like this. But then they think about things again, and, you know, they want to sort it out with you. So in late August, maybe, they are coming back again to try to fix things and sort things out with you. And the last card here is Eight of Swords. They want this, but they might not be able to communicate it. With the Eight of Swords can sometimes be like the Eight of Wands, like a person coming and clearing things up. But usually it's a person that, I don't know what to do. I have tried everything and I can't make this person happy here. It might be you, Capricorn, that's feeling like this because this is center, but you need to put yourself in the shoes of the person that you find is you in this reading. I can't decide who's you in all those situations, because this maybe I'm reading for 10,000 Capricorns, and you all have different stories. But with Eight of Swords, it's like a person feeling, I can't make this person happy ever. They will never accept me, and they don't understand how they are being seen by you, how harsh they seem, how cold-hearted they seem, how little they seem to care, because they have been doing revolution all their life. They haven't been working on consensus. So they are crappy at this with consensus. And so they don't know what to do. And you can see here that it's probably the divine masculine doing this thing, and they are kind of going away from you. But here is indicated, here's a Capricorn, and this is Taurus. And you have the World card here with you. So for most of you, it will be, if you're cross-watching, it might be more likely that it's the Capricorn being like this, because the people that has this more revolutionary energy, they will probably not, they will probably not watch Taurus that much, maybe to understand here their partner better. But usually the Capricorn that watches is the one that has been very empathic and trying to fix things and trying to have consensus, and you will be dealing with a person that doesn't know anything about this. So they don't know what to do. What on earth shall I do? I want to make this person happy, but I don't seem to know how to. So it's very hard for them with the Eight of Swords. They are trapped in this situation, but it's better them being trapped than you being trapped and codependent in a relationship with a person that doesn't have the tool to work together with you. So it's an 8. We haven't seen the end of this story. You still if you want this person, it seems that the divine wants this person for you, you probably need to wait until they figure it out. Okay. So I'll read a Prince of Wands card for you here. I'm thinking many of the people that watches these readings are actually students in tarot, and so this can be very good for you. So I will just, it's different in different books to find where there's the suits. Okay, and we had there's kings, and there's queens, and there's princes, and I have a Prince of Wands. So you can recognize who this is, or if this is you. The Prince of Wands is full of enthusiasm and energy. He loves to initiate projects and to have ideas, but he has trouble completing them. His eagerness is greater than his commitment to seeing things through. It is for this reason that while he makes an ardent and passionate lover, he might not be loyal or committed one. His social consciousness may spur him to act the revolutionary or the rebel. Though this may not always be the case, his interest instead showing in commerce, sport, or drama. Passionate, eager, rebellious is the key words for this prince. If you are the Prince of Wands, you will recognize the characteristics of being enthusiastic about new ideas and of being able to move swiftly from one idea to another while finding the finer details tedious. Instead, you enjoy travel and adventure. The idea of moving house is exciting rather than overwhelming, and you relish facing challenge and meeting new people. For your personal development, it would be wise to work on cultivating reliability, attention to detail, commitment, and the ability to deliver on your promises to yourself and to others. If the card does not represent the person, it may indicate challenges, travel, moving house, putting ideas into action, or meeting interesting new people. So for some of you, you might be dating, but find that these people that you're dating are as problematic as the one that you have met before. So just see it as school for both you and the other person. Don't take it so personally. Don't be frustrated with wasting time, things like this, because this is not going to happen any quicker than people are developing. So you can't really speed it up, and it needs to be two to tango. You can't do it all alone. So you need to have like a partner doing their fair share, like the other side, the yin to your yang, or the shadow to your light needs to do their fair share, and you do your fair share, and that's all you can do. It's not going to move any faster just because you hate the situation that you're in. Just accept it and try to, I don't mind what happens. So, card for Capricorn this August, like a helpful oracle card for Capricorn this August. Thank you. So I have some seeds in the oracle box here. It's a beautiful white tree, typical for Nordic climates, that's sharing a lot of seeds right now, so I had to close my roof windows. So see what kind of card you get. What you want wants you. Okay, so even if this is what I felt, these people here, they kind of love each other and they have a great mission together. It's just that they're not on the same page kind of at all, and it might feel frustrating. Before, it probably were a very codependent relationship where one was doing a lot of the work, but now it's expected that all involved people in this, they need to do the work, and it's one person particularly that has a hard time figuring this out, because maybe they are just used to being like doing things with speed and aggression and take it or leave it kind of attitude, and it doesn't work anymore, so they need to find another solution. They want to fix it, but they don't know how to. And we see this spiral, so it's what I'm saying, it's not going to go anywhere, this situation, until it's solved. Do you dare to believe that what you want is also wanting you? The genuine desires of your heart are the sacred purpose of the soul, swathed in pleasure. Yet, if you have been shamed, judged for, made to feel guilty over, or denied your natural desires or pleasures in any way, You may have developed a very tricky and complicated relationship with the yearnings of your heart. So for some of you, this is who you are, and for some of you, this is the person you are dealing with, but one doesn't exclude the other. We can have the same wound, but dealing with it in different ways. We can have one person not getting enough love and therefore detaching themselves from people and becoming cold-hearted, and other becomes overly empathic and clingy and try to fix things with their own blood spilling on the floor. So it can be very different. Yes. We often learn to distrust our own desires and come to believe that they are something to be overcome or avoided. We may even try to want second best, this believing that we are worthy of our first choice, of what we really want, genuinely want, and would fulfill us deeply. Perhaps we have conditioned ourselves to believe that getting what we want is for others, not for us. This oracle comes with a healing message for you. First, trust in what you truly want, not the substitutions and make-dos, but what would truly bring a sense of passionate, playful purpose and fulfillment to your life. You might not know anything more than I want to sing, or I want to write, or I want to help animals, or I want to paint. Start with what you know and hold it in your heart as you do the healing process below. If you genuinely do not know what your heart wants, you will very much enjoy the process of exploring your desires by making gentle and persistent inquiries of yourself. Ask yourself what is truly moves you. Gives the matter consistent attention without forcing a response. Your answer may come in a sudden flood or slowly over time. As you get to know your genuine desires and give yourself permission to feel and receive them, a powerful sequence is set in motion. From the depths of the universe, your desire hurtless its way towards you as the perfect manifestation. It is coming to you even now, manifesting itself as the best situation or relationship or circumstance to bring fulfillment to your heart, radiance to your life path, and creative awakening. So don't give up. Keep dreaming of your fulfillment, but don't imagine it as always awaiting you in some distant future. Instead, play with what it would feel like to be fulfilled right now. How will you feel different? Will you be more grateful, more peaceful and content, more confident, more trusting of your ability to create in the loving responsiveness of this wild universe? Cultivate those feelings. Get to feel what genuine desire and the meaning of that desire that can then generate yet a new desire is like for you. That can then generate yet new desire for you. Okay. Give yourself permission to go there right now. So this is the healing process. Repeat this statement 3 times with feeling. What I want wants me, and I'm open, willing, and capable to receive it. True unconditional love now. What I want wants me, and I'm open, willing, and capable to receive it. True unconditional love now. What I want wants me, and I'm open, willing, and capable to receive it. True unconditional love now. I'm not going to write this in the description box because it's copyrighted material, but the Sacred Rebels is really worth having to heal your inner rebel. So, my beautiful Capricorns, I hope this helped you. And it might feel hopeless if you're loving someone hopeless, but you need to give them time to figure it out. And you might feel like I don't have the time. Well, you have all the time in the world because your soul is eternal. And if you don't do this now, you will be waken up in another life without knowing anything about this, what you know now. And you will have to relearn everything before you will be at the same path that you're on right now and with the same knowing. So follow your heart's true desire. Yes, you can try to take yourself out of a bad situation. Love can cripple us sometime. You can try to date others, but you will probably see that you will find the same situations. So it's the grass is not seem to be greener on another place. It's going to be the same thing, but it's not saying that you can't quit your job or end a relationship. By all means do so. You still have the memory of what you needed to do, and maybe there will come a new fresh situation presenting itself to you, where you can work on the same issues, but maybe with less dust and, you know, chewing gum and things being tangled into the situation. So that's fine too, but just address it now. Don't go into oblivion, darkness, and say, okay, this is too hard for me, I won't continue with this, striving towards my dreams, because what you want wants you. Okay, so for those of you that wants to visit my website, it's www.queenofcupstarot.se. I also want to welcome you back to my mid-month August reading that I will perform in the beginning of August. So I wish you a beautiful summer and take really good care until we see each other next time. Bye bye.